Good afternoon, everyone. Drew Griffin here with Pottstown Local and on behalf of the TriCounty Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm super excited to be hanging out with two really great friends and folks that do an amazing job in their communities. Today, we're going to be launching another Chamber Chat, and our special guest is none other than Eileen Dautrich of the TriCounty Area Chamber of Commerce, the president of the chamber. And as always, our great host from the Victory Bank and host of Chamber Chat, Bill Vitiello. So guys, I'm going to hand this over to you. Why don't you have at it, and I'll hang out in the background here.
Thanks, Drew. Appreciate it. And Eileen, welcome to I always want to call it a podcast, but it really isn't. So hi, everybody.
We're changing it up.
Right. Hi, everybody, and welcome to this Facebook Live. My name is Bill Vitiello from the Victory Bank. I am the business development and institutional manager from the bank. My head's a little scrambled. We've been doing a lot of PPP loans, but it's all good because we get a chance to help the community, and that's what Victory Bank is all about. So, Eileen, many thanks to you because you're the one who really wanted to continue doing this. I mean, I certainly don't mind hosting. Drew doesn't mind putting it together. But it was because of your continued want to keep in touch with all of the chamber membership that you wanted to continue this. So thank you for doing this. And I know you're going to talk about a lot of information today and give us some updates. So with that, I will turn it over to you. I know you sent an email out this morning. So why don't we just start there?
Sure. I just want to, again, recognize both of you. Drew and Bill, and just your help in getting today's show going, as well as the former Chamber Chat sessions that we have done. We try to refer to this now as Chamber Chat on Facebook Live. Facebook Live used to just be one component when guests would be in the chamber office recording Chamber Chat, and obviously we're not doing that right now. So the idea that members have a story to tell hasn't changed. So, it's a great opportunity for us to continue to stay engaged with the members. And we have a great lineup of members that want to be guests on the show. Tell us 15 minutes about what's going on in their company. Gives them an opportunity to continue to be a face in the community, in the chamber community. It gives them an opportunity to say how COVID has impacted them and maybe their business looks a little different. What the new normal is as we're all, identifying it. So, I appreciate today's show is sort of the launch of our ongoing sessions. We're announcing today that we'll be doing a show every Monday and every Wednesday at 2 p.m. So again, thank you to both of you for your willingness to do that. But we look forward to giving our chamber members an opportunity to showcase themselves and tell their story and share it. Again, thank you to Drew for putting it out on some additional channels that he manages. It just gives not only the chamber a broader exposure, but all of our members as well.
Yeah, and you're welcome. And it's our pleasure to do that. I think, we find support with the chamber. So without your support, we can't do this. And I'm not going to get a chance to say this on every Facebook Live, but I apologize in advance that folks that need to see me in HD. I've upped my production value here, and I apologize in advance.
You did. It's impressive.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. I want to bring the best experience. I also had used this recently. Well, look, let's back up a little bit. This is an opportunity for, I think, all of us to reinvent ourselves and reinvent the way we do things, right? So I had an opportunity to actually talk with some prospects last week where I changed out of my work pajamas and actually got into a button-down shirt and a blazer to talk with two prospects. And I felt I owed it to them to bring them the best experience, just like I feel like I owe it to the audience to bring them the best experiences if I was right there in front of them, and I'm right there in front of you. So I took an opportunity to do some digging and found this avenue. So I'm learning new things. I'm learning every nuance in my facial expression, all kinds of stuff. So I'm learning that the monitor's down here and you guys are really up here. So it's a little crazy, but
well, that's a great lead in, though. It is forcing all of us to find a a new normal. So one of the sessions that we have coming up, again, we've talked about this in one of the previous Facebook Lives. We're an event organization. People are used to us for meeting in person, and we need to find a new way to keep the members engaged and to continue to have them find value with their membership. So we're turning to virtual events as we can. We have a webinar coming up on Wednesday at 8:15 with Jenna. I just sent that notice out this morning. That's talking about the power of positive attitude, which I think all of us, need to keep, that in perspective in these unusual times. Mm-hmm. So, you can sign up for that on the Chamber website. And then, in this virtual world that we're talking about, we were very excited to have a woman come to us, Sylvie Di Gusto. We were bringing her in. She's an international speaker and an author, and she talks about the impact and the 7 seconds that it takes for you to create a first impression with individuals. And we were looking forward to her being our keynote speaker at our Reach Half Day conference, which was scheduled for June. That event's been completely removed from our calendar. We'll hold it in June of 2021. And Sylvie will be happy to join us in that at that time. But I reached out, and she was going to do a special session for us when she was here in June. And I asked if we could sort of take that special session that was going to be more for sponsors and really turn it into something that would pertain now. So she has a virtual presentation. The title is right here in front of me somewhere.
No, that's great, because people will be able to actually, consume it. So we might even get an audience for folks that wouldn't normally be able to attend that type of session. So I would imagine the online piece would be very well attended.
So it's Mastering the Art of Virtual Meetings, and it'll be an hour in length. And again, she's very skilled, very knowledgeable. This is really her key focus area. She does her own presentations this way. So she is providing us even a video that you can kind of see her in action. And I'll be sending that out in the marketing information that comes out to the Chamber membership. So those are two things that we've put on the calendar. I'm working on sharing the next business card exchange, if you want to call it that we're going to try a virtual networking event. I'm scheduling that for May 27th. And, again, it's just an opportunity for people to connect. The one thing that we have done that has already started is 2 special groups. We reached out to the individuals in February. We sent out a survey to the membership. There was a number of people who responded with an interest in a CEO roundtable, sort of a special interest group format. Thought that what a better time to call that group together than now, and hopefully they could lean on each other. So we have about 16 people that are participating. They meet every other week via Zoom. And I thought one of the interesting comments that I heard was a woman, a small business owner, active member, comes to other networking events, but she really found this group interesting because she said these were people who she would have never communicated with at a mixer. She said she would have gone to a business card exchange. She would have gravitated to the group that she normally would gravitate to because she knows a familiar face. And she said she was so happy to see new faces, as part of this group, and the forcing her to interact with them because she wouldn't normally have done that under other circumstances. So,
nice.
I think these virtual sessions are creating new opportunities. So I think the virtual networking on the 27th could have the same impact. You might see people on there that you'd see at a business card exchange, but I'm hoping there's a handful of people who aren't your familiar faces, and you'll see them and maybe be able to start a new connection that wouldn't have happened otherwise. So
I would imagine most of us have gotten on this platform at some point or another, since the middle of March or so. So I would encourage everybody to join. And also for this particular, this is going to be on the short side, but we certainly want to hear from the Chamber constituency. So if you have any comments, please drop a comment below. If you have a question that you would like Eileen or myself to answer, right here live on the Chamber chat Facebook Live. We still got to give this an official name. We're certainly happy to answer it. If it's something that you would like Eileen to get back with you in the future on after this show, then by all means, again, please leave a comment. So now we appreciate all your efforts, Eileen. I know it's a lot to coordinate. Again, we're in uncharted waters.
We are.
I know yourself and a lot of people say we're under the new norm here, which is I say it too, but it's weird because there's nothing normal about this. There's nothing normal at all. So, but you know what? We'll all get through it together. And I also I'm interested in Jenna's presentation with the power of positivity. She is a very positive individual, and just on a regular basis can really uplift your spirits. And she's a pleasure to interact with. I can't even imagine what that would do for an individual right now, an organization. So I would encourage everybody to tune in to Jenna's presentation. I think definitely. And two, there's a lot that goes on in the community, right? You're asking everybody, hey, how you doing? How's it going? And there's a lot of people that aren't as positive as maybe they could be. Not saying that I think it's better that you look forward rather than looking back. I think we're all in the same situation here, and the more positive you are about the situation, I believe that gets you through a little bit better.
I think so too, and I think Jenna, as well as a couple of other chamber members, have been very generous. We're going to feature Drew in a couple of weeks, really kind of helping members make the most out of Facebook. And Jenna gave me a couple different topics that she could speak to, and this one we felt was really kind of the best starting point. Really, especially doing our first virtual official event, and really, what did people need to hear? What did people not already have access to? There are a lot of virtual educational opportunities out there now. Everybody's kind of in that area, and we're trying to figure out what that niche looks like for us. And Jenna and I thought it was just a good opportunity to really start the conversation in a different way. And, it's not about maybe the day-to-day actual operation of your business under these circumstances, but really your mental health and your outlook and your focus, to really getting your business to the next point. So,
well, it's interesting. You talk about positivity and you talk about energy. It's important that as a leader, you start up top, and then that energy kind of trickles down, right, to the rest of your employees and staff or whoever. But there's also a lot to be said if you're not in that leadership position where you basically have that energy for two people. So you could help somebody else get through their day just by some positivity. It was interesting. I talked with another, group of individuals who, we have a small Zoom session, and somebody spoke up and they had the discussion, and they said, look, I don't want to bring the group down here, but there's a lot of people right now who just need a simple conversation with somebody. So that kind of thing is important, and you never know where your positivity or your conversation, how that's going to help an individual. And I'll put myself out there. If anybody wants to have a conversation, I'm happy to. It's just one of those things where if you need to talk to another human being, if you need to talk to somebody else who has just no real inner workings of your business or yourself personally, and just want a third party, either opinion or just somebody to talk to, I know I'm available. I'm happy to do that. I enjoy connecting with people, especially now where it's necessary.
Same here. It is, I've thought about it under the idea of, the social interaction that so many of our members are used to. And as the CEO group has started, and some of those individuals are sole proprietors, and who does that person really have to talk to? Maybe your spouse or somebody like that is the person who's really helped you with your business, but you've looked to really our events, or really just getting out and networking with people to really find those conversations happening, or that support system for you. So without those things taking place, again, we're always connectors. That is always who the chamber is and who the chamber will always be. So, I know plenty of people who have their own questions, have their own issues, that they're trying to address right now. And whoever we can connect them to as a resource, we're trying to do that. So, I echo your remarks. And if there's somebody just wants another business, maybe in the same industry, or, that they think might be going through the same circumstances, I'm happy to reach out on that person's behalf and try and connect them to somebody that can, give them, at least an ear to listen.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just offering a resource is so important, because you're right. Folks may not know where to turn or who to even begin to talk to, and I think it all starts with a conversation. It all starts with a conversation. So, anything else you want to chat about before we go? We don't want to keep our chamber audience too long, but certainly needed to update them a little bit.
We do not know. Again, I just encourage people to check their emails and sign up for Jenna's session on Wednesday at 8:15 if they're interested. And I'll be sending out those Zoom instructions to the people who register. And I'll be sending out an email tomorrow that has some additional information on those other upcoming events that will be out there. And Jenna will actually be our first guest on Wednesday for our show at 2:00. So I encourage you to tune us back in and maybe set, a calendar piece on your schedule that, tune into Chamber Chat, Facebook Live, or Bill in HD, whatever we decide to call it.
I don't know. Sorry about that.
On Mondays and Wednesdays at 2. So
yeah,
looking forward to telling a lot of chamber member stories.
Hey, real quick before we go, we did have some comments and they were more shout outs, but we appreciate the engagement.
Yes,
so
thank you.
We had Patriot Environmental saying thanks for keeping us all connected and informed. It's nice to see our faces, so thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. We have Mike Markowski. I believe Mike is the chef over at the Barrel and Ale.
Okay.
He says hello, so I want to say hello to Mike. How you doing? And then Lisa Lightcap, thank you for keeping all of us connected. Yeah, we wouldn't think of anything less. We are the chamber, so thank you, Lisa.
Right.
Kevin Gaines. It says thank you for doing this, and hey, this is what we know to do. So thank you all for giving the shout out. All right, everybody. My name is Bill Vitiello. I am the Institutional and Business Development Manager for the Victory Bank. Got it right this time. What do you think? Eileen, thank you for being on the Chamber Chat Facebook Live today. And Drew,
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And Drew, thank you so much for hosting.
You got it, guys. Listen, I think we should rename this to Bill in HD. It adds a new flavor to everything. And super excited. Eileen, continued thanks to everything that you're doing. Love getting all the emails and the updates. I know you're doing a tremendous amount of work over at the Chamber. And your support staff, everybody has been instrumental in making this a success. Last question. Hey, if you guys are interested, if you've got a local business, you're a chamber member, and you want to be featured here on this program, we're going to be posting this live every Monday and Wednesday. We've got open slots. Reach out to us. Make sure you let us know that you'd love to be featured. We come on, ask you a bunch of questions, feature your business, talk about what's happening over there in your businesses. We'd love to promote you. Reach out to the chamber and or Bill, and we'll make sure that we get you in to the rotation. Thanks so much, everybody. We'll catch everybody up on Wednesday. And thanks so much for hanging out with this. If you found some value in this, please go ahead and share this on your social profiles on Facebook. Let people know of the good work the Chamber is doing to help support all local businesses and the community. Guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Thank you. You
Thank
too.
you.
See you guys.